Hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. That's right, today we're back to talk about the final installment in the trilogy of new Halloween films, Halloween Ends. So, this is a very controversial movie. It seems like there are people who love it and people who hate it. I don't really see much in between. I am not in between. I do definitely fit into one of those sides. Yeah, we'll get it straight off the bat. I fall into the side of disliking, unfortunately. And before I do get started on the review, I do want to say this because there's enough people out there on the internet who's just going, it's shit, it's crap, it's poo emoji, and not giving any explanation and not being respectful to other people's opinions. So I do want to say, if you do enjoy this film, good for you. I'm happy for you. And I'm pleased you enjoyed it. And be sure to let me know down in the comments below why you enjoyed it. What aspects about it you enjoyed. And don't take my opinion too seriously. I am just some guy here on the internet sharing his own opinion. And my opinion, unfortunately, does fall onto the side of disliking. But anyway, let's get started. Halloween Ends is the final installment in this new trilogy of Halloween films, which follows on from the original movie. This film here takes place 4 years after the previous two, which were both set in one night, and sees Laurie Strode coming to terms with what's happened and shows her and her granddaughter progressing with life, with the looming threat that Michael Myers is still out there. And yeah, it's you know, I was kind of hoping it'd still be set in the same night. It just all happened in one night, this epic 3-part movie. And I was a defender of Kills. I really liked that movie. You know, it was stupid, don't get me wrong, but it was so much fun seeing Michael go about killing people. He had so much screen time and he got so many kills. And I really liked that about it. And I know there was a bit of a backlash with the last film, and I don't know if that was the writers then going, let's do the opposite, because here Michael barely gets any kills and he's barely on screen. Reminds me of a certain Star Wars sequel trilogy where the second movie got a bit of backlash and then they went and made a worse movie. So yeah, it reminds me of that a lot. And I do love the Halloween franchise. I know there's some duds in there, but Resurrection. I'm personally not a fan of the third one. I know it has its cult following, and I'm not a fan of the Rob Zombie ones. But I really do love the Halloween franchise, and I really wanted to love this movie, guys. I went in there so open-minded. I was like, do you know what? I'm going to really, really try to like this movie. And I cannot begin to describe to you how painful it was to get through. For a start, the lack of Michael Myers in this movie is embarrassing. Like, he literally gets... I'm not even sure he clocks in 5 minutes worth of screen time. He barely shows up. And when he does, compared to the last two movies, he's nowhere near as brutal. He's completely useless in this one. And not only does he barely get any kills, the kills he does get are just so boring in comparison to the last films. That's the thing. At this point, now we're this far into the Halloween franchise of movies, you know, this is the 13th film. I don't mind them getting stupid and doing some creative kills. That's why I liked Halloween Kills a lot. You know, here it's just the simple, you know, knife. No, he's dead. It was really boring to watch. So, yeah, really, really didn't like that aspect about it. Then let's talk about the characters, because this movie really focuses around 3 characters. You've got Laurie, of course, brilliantly played by Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, she's one of the few saving graces about this movie. She's just always pleasant to watch. And her granddaughter, who I don't know the actress's name off the top of my head, but she's also a really good actress. And then there's a new character. I didn't bring notes with me today. I think his name was Corey or something like that. And let me tell you now, he is one of the worst movie characters I have ever come to witness on the big screen. His character, there are just so many plot holes within his character where what's happening doesn't make sense. And it's more how he interacts with other characters. He interacts with, you know, Laurie's granddaughter falls in love with him at the drop of a pin, you know, it just instantly. And it's just so unbelievable, their chemistry. It doesn't feel natural. Nothing about it works. This girl was meant to be quite smart, quite grounded. The previous films established this. Even at the start of this film, they established that she got a new job. And, like, she's willing to run away with this kind of psycho kid within a matter of days. And it just feels so unbelievable, so unnatural. The dialogue between them is... It's awful. It kind of makes Anakin and Padme's dialogue look great. And then he also has this thing going with Michael Myers, where it's like he almost becomes Michael Myers' apprentice. Like, genuinely, that's a plot line in this. And it is laughable. It is so funny. Yeah, and what they do with Laurie in this one, it just doesn't really make sense to me that in the previous two films, she's so terrified of Michael Myers. And in this one, he's out there. We know he's out there. We know he didn't get caught. We know he didn't get killed. And she seems completely fine. It doesn't make sense. And I feel so bad for Jamie Lee Curtis that this is probably her last Halloween film. And she's gone out on a complete stinker. Like, I think this could potentially be the worst film out of all 13. Like, I know Resurrection's terrible. And I'm not a fan of the Rob Zombie ones. But at least Michael Myers is in them. At least he gets some kills. At least there's some entertaining moments. This is like an hour and a half of sloppy dialogue, unbelievable characters that make no sense. And then you get to the end, and it's just really underwhelming as well. Like, the showdown between Laurie and Michael, it was just very meh. And then on a filmmaking standpoint, some of the decisions in this, the editing was not good. The score wasn't great. And then, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, the John Carpenter theme and whatnot is brilliant, but some of the music choices as well, not good. And then the lighting. Oh my God, I don't know if people have seen people going on about this on Twitter, but like comparing the lighting in the original movie to this, and the lighting in the original movie is like a bajillion times better, which kind of speaks for how a lot of Hollywood blockbusters are going nowadays, which is a real shame. But yeah, you know, positives, I liked Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie. I guess the last 5 to 10 minutes were as stupid and underwhelming as they were. You can have fun with it, I guess, because it's a bit more action-packed and things actually happen. I like the pumpkin at the start. Pumpkin coming out of pumpkin, that was cool. But this is genuinely one of the worst films of the year. I think it has potential to be the worst Halloween film. Just because, as I say, I know Resurrection is probably worse than maybe the Rob Zombie ones, depending, because I know there are some big Rob Zombie fans out there. But at least Michael's in them killing people, and that's what I go to Halloween films for now. I don't go there to see character development, because I think that's what this film was trying to do, but, you know, it failed at that, nevertheless. But I go to watch Michael Myers kill people, and yeah, this film really didn't give me any of that. Such a shame, because I really liked the last two Halloween films in this trilogy. I thought they were so much fun. I'm so disappointed. But yeah, I'm going to give this film, oh, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 10. Woo! Nice and low. Again, if you like this film, all the more power to you. You know, as I say, obviously don't take me seriously. You're not going to anyway, of course you're not. But anyway, nevertheless, I do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And hey, here's to the next Halloween film, because there'll be another one in another 5 to 10 years. And I hope it's better. I'm kind of rooting for just a complete reboot now at this point. Like, let's start again. Let's start again. Maybe do something what Rob Zombie done, but maybe get a better director. And sorry, Rob Zombie fans. But anyway, here we go. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed as always. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye bye.